lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Hey, what's going on? It's Dr. Andrew Gibson, pastor of the Vernon Baptist Church in Chicago, Illinois, and you're on with Elation Radio and Kimmy Kim. Listen, you are tuned in to the right place. If you're looking for good gospel music, great topics ranging from health to gospel, you are in the right place. Listen, again, this is Dr. Andrew Gibson from Vernon Baptist Church, where our service times are 10:45 and 1:45. Our 10:45 service is at 6400 South Champlain, and our 1:45 service is 6801 South Bell. Listen, again, I'm excited to be on Elation Radio with Kimmy Kim. Stay tuned. Don't turn that down. You're getting ready to hear the best of the best.
Gibson ain't came home yet. Now we get some phone. Huh? We get some phone with each other.
Hello, yeah. Pastor Forrest, are you on? You on? This is Dr. Gibson on Relation Radio. It is the word. Pastor Forrest, you on? Pastor Forrest not on yet. Well, he's my co-host. He's going to be calling in, jumping on with us tonight, and I'm excited about the show tonight.
Hello.
We're talking about, Pastor Forrest, you on, man? Are you on?
I'm here. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm talking to you, man. I'm talking to you. Listen, I'm excited to have you on tonight as we deal with tonight how to bring the fire back in a relationship. And what I'm going to have Pastor Forrest to do real quick, and I want him to kind of give an introduction, first of all, before he tell us how to bring fire back in a relationship or in the marriage. I want him to tell us a little bit about him and his wife. Tell us where he met her, how long they've been together, all those kind of things. Go ahead, Pastor Forrest.
Well, good evening, my radio listeners, and to Pastor Gibson. We're honored to be on tonight with you guys. It's an honor. Look forward to this every Thursday. Talking about me and my wife. I call her my apple dumpling. We met in 1988, I believe, around this month in 1988. We've been together all this time. Been together 30 years this month. We've been together 30 years and got married. We met at church. I didn't want to go to church that night. I was a musician for the church, didn't want to go that night. But they convinced me to go to church that night. And the first person I saw when I walked into the church was her singing a song, I Trade a Lifetime. And when I saw her, I said, there go my wife. I claimed her when I first saw her. And when I introduced myself and shook her hand, I told her she going to be my wife. And she laughed at me and told me to get out of her face. But if you can see, I got the last laugh because in 1990, she said, I do to me. And we've been together ever since. And I tell folks all the time, the fire is still there because I'm still chasing her around the bedroom. So I'm excited about 30 years of being with this one woman and 28 years of marriage. Been together since high school. So, that says a whole lot. She's my high school sweetheart. So I'm excited about my apple dumpling.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Pastor Forrest, man, how did you keep the fire, man? How did you keep the fire all this time?
Well, how we kept the fire is the first thing you got to make sure that the one that you with is the one you want to be with. That's number one. Then the one you with, you got to make sure she's your soulmate. That's number two. Then you got to make sure the one that you with, you're very attracted to her. You got to be, because if you with somebody because of looks, baby, let me tell you something, looks wear off. If you with somebody because they got long hair, baby, let me tell you something, hair falls out. But when you marry somebody for who they are and you're attracted to them, I'm telling you, the fire is just going to stay there. Here I am, we both in our 40s, late 40s, and we still chase each other. We're still excited about each other. We still send each other text messages all day, telling how we can't wait to see each other. We can't wait to put our arms around each other. We're just excited about each other. So the fire is there. The fire ain't going nowhere. You know, the old song,
well,
gone, baby, the thrill ain't gone. The thrill is getting stronger and stronger, Doc. I don't want to tell you too much.
Hold on, Pastor Forrest. You said something that just messed me up real quick. You said you have to be attracted to her, but you said it had nothing to do with look. Many of us have only thought about attraction being how someone looked to us. I need you to really go deep into that. How are you? I mean, you talked about being attracted to more than just attracted to her. What do that mean? Teach us tonight. What do being attracted to not looks but to her means?
Well, Doc, like I say, you got to be attracted to the person. You're attracted to the spirit. You connect with them. When I saw her, we connected. We instantly connected. And when I saw her spirit. She had a wonderful spirit. And once we got around each other, we didn't want to leave each other. We just want to stay around each other all the time because we enjoy being around each other. No need being around a person and you don't enjoy being in their company. You don't enjoy talking to them. You only want to be around them for one thing, but we enjoy each other just being around each other, period. We could be at home by ourselves all day. I ain't got to run the street. If I got her, that's all I need. That's why you got to have that attractiveness with that person that you're with. And here again, got nothing to do with looks, because guess what? Looks wears off. But if you're attracted to that person for who they are and you're attracted to the experience, guess what? You'll last a lifetime. So you got to have that with that person that you said that you want to live the rest of your life with. Because if it's not, Doc, you will be in divorce court. What you think, President?
Goodness, man. Pastor Ford, man, I think you just opened up a revelation that many people have not even considered, that you can be attracted to more than just the looks, because that word many times for many of us is synonymous with look, talking about attracted to a spirit, attracted to a personality, attracted to the heart. I mean, the mind of a person, man, that is, my goodness. Man, I think you just blessed a lot of people tonight with that one, and I agree 100% with you, because you said something. You said, listen, I'm trying to tell you, you said these words. You said because looks is going to fade. Looks going to get fake. I mean, they're going to fade. If you got you a 10 and the Coca-Cola bottle, at some point they're going to have a 2-liter and all that kind of stuff. You're going to experience that, but you got to be still attracted to them, that when their looks have faded away, you still want to be in love with them. You still want to hug them and cuddle with them and kiss on them and be intimate with them. Man, that is amazing, and I love that. I love that so much. Pastor Forrest, listen to me. Here it is. We have couples who have been calling in. They've been talking to me. They've been asking. They've been saying, listen, we've been together for a long time. I thought you would be the perfect person to talk about this. They said, we've been together for a long time, and the fire is just gone. And so what I need you to do is to help the people that are listening, that saying the fire is gone. I need to know how to ignite it. I need to know how to get it back. I know for one thing that you and your wife have had a continual fire going since you got together. But can you help somebody who has been together for as long as you have, or even shorter, but they're trying to find out how is it that we get this fire back? Can you help them tonight, Pastor Forrest?
Well, Pastor Gibson, you have to look at it in two ways. You have to make sure that the one you with is whom the Lord puts you with. Because whom the Lord joined together, no one can separate it. So if the Lord puts you guys together, guess what? It doesn't take much to get the fire going, because there got to be some connection there. There's got to be love there. There's got to be, your spirit's got to connect, because if it don't connect, I don't care how much you put wood under that fire, guess what? It just won't ignite. You got to be connected. You got to. So if you really love each other, you'll find a way to just talk. You'll find a way to encourage. You'll find a way to love that person. Because guess what? I tell folks all the time, if you're in love with that person, I don't care how mad you get. You might leave out the room for a few minutes, but guess what? You're going to find your way back to that room, to that wife or to that spouse, to say, baby, I love you, I'm sorry, whatever we need to do to bring that fire, bring that back there. But if it was never there, you can't bring something back that was never there.
Wow.
You can't bring something back that was never there. And Pastor Gibson, I that's why I get confused that when people say I'm trying to reunite something that really wasn't there at all. It was just, a lot of times it's not no love thing. A lot of times it's a lust thing. Because you said something a little while earlier. You said that people get married folks, they get with folks because they got that nice Coca-Cola bottle shape, but 5 years down the line, it turned into a 3-liter. That if it's love, you still gonna see that Coca-Cola bottle shape. You might marry a person because you see that pretty smile, that pretty teeth. But guess what? Eventually, them teeth gonna be in a cup on the side of the bed. But would you still love them the same way? That long hair, one day it's gonna be sitting on the side of the bed also. But would you still love them the same way? Me and the wife been together 30 years. and she still looked the same as though I met her yesterday. That's the way I see it. I don't see nothing different about her. She's still the same. She's still beautiful smile. Nothing has changed in my eyesight. Somebody else's eyesight might see something different, but guess what? They ain't supposed to see what I see, because that's my apple dumpling.
That's right.
That's
right. Mark, I agree with you 100%. You know, one of the things that I want to elaborate on is is this, because when you look at that, you said something I want to really elaborate on this. You said, first of all, you got to make sure that God put you together. If God put you together, if the fire goes out, you will have a spark somewhere that you can ignite. I want y'all to hear that. Hear this. Now, fire, if God put it together, is never all the way gone. It's always a spark somewhere. You just have to figure out where that spark is. So here's my suggestion for some of you all. If you're taking notes, you're listening. Hey, take out a time during the week to spend quality time together. Write that down. Take time throughout the week, if it's 1 day, 2 days, a few hours in that day where you cut off everything, cut your phones off, get away from the family, the kids, everything, church, everything, and just spend time with your wife, your husband, and give them your undivided attention. If you want this thing to work, give them that. And then, watch this, catch this. Before you can do that, and I like this, God just dropped this in my spirit, here it is, you need to remember why you got married in the first place.
Wow.
You got to remember why you got married in the first place. And remember that love that you had. Remember those times. I think, Pastor Forrest, that we forget those moments and that time. You remember when we was on the phone all night long and we didn't want to get off the phone and we just that's like, oh, you hang up. No, you hang up. And we just having a good time and never we wanted where they were going, we wanted to be there. We was trying to meet up with them and spend time with them. We could just spend all night with them. We didn't even have to say anything. We just wanted to be in their presence. And we have to make sure that we get back to that point and remember why we were there in the first place. And that is something that will ignite that little spark that you have in that marriage. Here it is, another thing. We need to make sure that we are continually, watch this, re-evolving, inventing ourselves, doing new things, trying new things, and being excited about new things. You listen. Sometimes, as you get in passports, you help with this. Sometimes you may have been doing the same thing over and over again. Maybe that's why you're getting bored. Maybe that's why the fire is going out, because you're just sick and tired of doing the same thing. Sometimes you just need to do something different. You need to take an adventure. You need to go out on a vacation. You need to take a trip somewhere different. You need to go, even if it's in town. Don't go to the same restaurant. Go to a different restaurant. Even if it's in town and you don't want to go out of town, go to a hotel downtown with just you two. Yeah, I know it's just y'all in the house. You got a big old house, but just sometimes a different scenery will change your perspective. Glory to God. And Pastor Forrest, I believe you did that one time. When you and your wife, you have a beautiful home, but you decided that we're just going to go away right in the city to a hotel where we can just be alone together. We're already in the house by ourselves. We're already alone, but just that change in scenery. What did that do for you, Pastor Ford, when you just decided we're going to leave the house and go to a hotel? What did that do? What kind of excitement do it bring? What kind of feelings do it bring when you do something like that for a married couple?
Well, Pastor Gibson, you said it best. Sometimes a good different scenery helps spark stuff. You don't want to just, like you say, do the same thing over and over, same place, same restaurant, same. But you got to want to go somewhere else. Get out of your same environment. Go somewhere else. And like you said, you ain't always got to get on a plane and go somewhere. Just go cross seat, right town, and just get you a nice hotel. Spend time with that wife, love her, put them cell phones up, because now, Pastor Gibson, I hate to say it, but our cell phones are becoming our spouses now. And we're spending more time on our cell phone than with our spouses. And then eventually, you find yourself drifting away because you're spending more time. Because they used to talk about how husband and wife, they used to sit down and watch TV together and spend time together. Now they're spending time with their phones. You got to spend time with that spouse. Put them phones down, look at each other's eyes, encourage each other, push each other. Most of all, tell that spouse, I love you. I appreciate you. You got to let, because they always say, what you don't do, somebody else will.
Come
so
on,
you got to be able to talk to them, encourage them, go places with them, go to restaurants, always do something different. That's what keeps me and my wife going, because we always going somewhere. We always sitting around thinking about doing stuff. But then when we don't have any money to go anywhere, guess what, Doc? We enjoy being at home by ourselves. A lot of my friends, they don't like being at home with their wife, but I enjoy spending time with my wife.
Yes,
I enjoy staying at home. I enjoy us just being around each other. I have no problem being around whom the Lord gave me. So I'm excited about my apple dumpling. So that's why I always say, that goes back to what I said earlier. If it was nothing there in the first place, you can't spark nothing up. But if it's real love, and like you said, if you fall out, guess what? There should be enough fire in there where it can spark up and y'all can reunite. But you got to make sure that you're on the right page.
Wow, man, that is some good stuff, Pastor Forrest. I'm telling you, I believe that you have just helped so many married couples that are saying, I want to throw in the towel. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of the same old things. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of her. You have just given them some nuggets that will help them make it through the rest of this year, through their marriage. I mean, sometimes you got, and I say that, and I pointedly say that, because sometimes you just got to take a year at a time. You just got to, you got to focus in. And see, a lot of times we try to go ahead and say, oh, we're going to do this. No, take that day. Take that moment that God has given you together and make magic in that moment. We move too fast sometimes, or we think about so much in the future. But the Bible is clear, because it says, don't take too much. Don't take what's for tomorrow. Don't worry about what's going to happen for tomorrow. You got to work.
For tomorrow, take care of yourself.
You got to. That's right. Take and listen, because he take care of the sparrows. He take care of the birds. If he took care of them, he's going to take care of you. Don't you worry about that stuff. And so we are excited. We are excited today to say that, listen, we are here to help you tonight. We hope that many of you all have been helped by this show tonight. We're not finished, but we're getting ready to go into a place. Watch this. Pastor Ford, I know you didn't know I was going here tonight, but I want to deal with it. What happens when you know that you're, catch this, when you know this is the one? You know that God has sent that person to you. You know that there's a spark there. But you find yourself possibly being attracted to somebody else. How? How do you deal with it, Pastor Paul? Because listen, I want to be honest today, because here's the thing what people will not tell you. People do not stop looking good because you got married. Let's just be honest. People are not, they don't just stop being attractive, you got married. But it is a way, and it's for all the married women and men that have a struggle. I want to really help them tonight, Pastor Ford, because many people, they say, I love my wife, but I just can't stop messing around with this person. I can't stop, getting in these inboxes. I can't stop text messages. I can't stop looking sometimes with my wife, and my head just keep on looking. Some folks just take a little glance, and some folks' heads turn around. You got those folks. And, and Pastor Ford, for 30 years, how is it that you say and that you say, hey, listen, no matter who's attractive, who's fine as Bathsheba, I am focused on my wife. What do you do to stay focused, Pastor Forrest?
Well, first of all, they have an old saying, the grass always looks green on the other side. But that don't mean it is green. So you have to, when you with somebody, the Lord show you who that person is, and you said something also, we still have eyes, and we still going to see stuff. We still going to see. But you don't want to lose focus on what you have. And then also, you got to make sure that you stay focused. Because if you don't stay focused, your eyes will not just only wander, and like you say, your head going to turn, and next thing you know, your thoughts going to run, but you want to stay focused on what God gave you, because if you lose focus on what God gave you, guess what? You'll be trying to chase something that you think is exciting, and what God gave you, somebody else can untook them. So you got to stay focused, keep your eyes, because guess what? Here again, if you go back to Genesis, how the serpent did, the serpent presented the fruit to Eve. She told her how good it looked and how beautiful it was. That's how the enemy do. The enemy will send people that's your type, what you like, will put them in your face and will test you. But if you stay focused and keep what God has given you, Doc, guess what? You can maintain. You can stay focused. You just got to make sure that you don't act on what you saw, but take care of the one God gave you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness. Pastor Forrest, man, you really blessing me today, man. You blessing me. Hey, man, I know that you're blessing others. Hey, man, with these nuggets, man. These are gems, man, that I think every married couple can live by, because we live in a real society. Many people try to keep it fake, you know. They try to act like, you know, it's just you're never going to have an issue. You're never going to stop, you know. Everybody just get ugly. You know, they got this thing, I only have eyes for you. Yeah, the eyes are for you, but I see suffer, I see other things. And I need to understand how is it that I keep focused. And I want to say to you all, I want to say to people that's listening here today, I thank God. Here's a couple things that I do. First of all, can I be honest? I made sure that I got with somebody that was not only was I attracted to them inside and out, or with their mind, their spirit was connected, my best friend, but I wanted to get somebody that I thought was fine too. Let me tell you something. You don't want nothing ugly. Let's just be honest. You don't want nothing that you don't like, that you think ugly. You don't want that.
You got to define what ugly is, Doc.
Now, ugly is a beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if they cute to you, then they cute to you. You know, you gotta find what's attractive to you, what you say is beautiful, what you like. Amen. Ain't that right, Tom? Because everybody ain't gonna. Your wife may not be fine to everybody else, but she better be fine to you. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, my wife is gorgeous. And
you gotta make
that's another subject, Doc. That's another subject that you need to bring in when you define what's fine, what's beautiful. Because here again, we got to go back to what we were talking about at the beginning. If you going by what you see on the outside, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
You got to fall in love with the person that's on the inside.
Absolutely.
The Bible says this. He said, man looks at outer appearance, but God looks at the heart. We got to be like God. We got to be able to look at the heart, because if we ain't looking at that heart and seeing who that person really is, and we could marry somebody that you consider fine and could be the devil all at the same time. So we got to make sure we got to define what fine is, find out what attractive is. We want to make sure that all those qualifications is there. If not, Doc, you be married with what they call people with the enemy.
Hey, Pastor Ford, I totally 100 agree with you. I totally wanted to percent agree with you that it's important, and I agree with you in the beginning that it's very important that you find someone that you're attracted to spiritually, that mentally, and you got all those you attract. But I also think that you yourself ought to find your wife fine. She ought to be fine to you. She ought to look good to you, because you know what happens, Pastor Forrest, is that when that time comes, because see, we have different, as men and women, we have these different things, right? These different things come up, and it's great conversation. These different things come up. So one time you may feel like, hey, you know, today I don't feel connected to you. I don't feel connected to you. This one day the devil just try to come in. I don't feel connected to you. But if she's fine, you may say, well, I ain't going nowhere. And then it may be a day when you say, well, you know what, you get older. You know, you're not as fine as I thought as you were when I first got with you. But you know what? I'm still attracted to your spirit. I'm still attracted to who you are, your character. And so I think all these things are important in our makeup and how we choose and how we deal with the individual. Because I know so many men who have found their wives unattractive now, and they find themselves going to somebody else or going after somebody else. Because here it is, Pastor Forrest, you know this as well as I do, that sometimes love will blind you. Love will blind you, boy. I know. Let me speak for myself. I remember when I was younger, I dated some women that were not fine physically. And people would and they would tell me, like, man, why you? And I'm just in love. I didn't love her. And you be talking about you just love it. And then once your eyes open up, Doc, look, I ain't gonna get into it tonight. Our time is up, Dr. Ford. We'll have to talk about it again. But listen, Pastor Ford, go ahead and give us our last words for the night as we close out our show.
Well, the last word for tonight is make sure the one that you're with is the one that God put you with. Make sure that you're connected with, and that way, if the fire it seems like it's gone, and if that fire was there in the beginning, guess what? It don't take much to get that fire back going. Love you. Be blessed.
Glory to God, man. I love that. Thank you, Pastor Forrest. Amen. I want y'all to know that everything that we do, we have to do it to the glory of God. And even in our shows, as we're talking about marriage, understand, although you may not hear a Bible scripture, which you probably would, but if you don't hear Bible scripture, just know that everything is to edify in the body of Christ, because God honors marriage. He honors marriage. And we want to make sure that we honor marriage as well. We don't want to have so many divorces because people don't know how to get that fire going, how to keep their marriage going. So we want to thank you guys for listening to us tonight. This has been Pastor Andrew Gibson, Dr. Forrest from Chicago, Illinois. We love you guys, and we'll see you and talk to you next week. God bless you.
You are God.